DreAllDay.com.
So let's get right into it. People ask me all the time, about how do you be productive? How do you make more of your time? What do you do early in the mornings? Or do you get up early? Do you go to bed late? Do you go to bed early? What is it that you do? What are some things you do productivity-wise to make the most of your time? So here we go. I'm going to talk about that right now. Eva asked me, do I rap? No, I don't rap. So this is what we're about to do. All right. When I start my day, I usually wake up around between 4 o'clock and 4:30 every morning. That's the time that I wake up. So the 8 a.m. list, ladies and gentlemen, is all the things that I want to do before 8 a.m. every morning. So this is within my first 4 hours of being awake. These are the things that I definitely want to do every single day. All right, so number one, first thing I want to do is I want to start my day. The first 10 minutes at least of my day is I am consuming some positive information that's setting my day up for a positive outcome. So what do I mean by that? Could it be music? It could possibly be music. Usually I use this app on my phone called Calm, C-A-L-M. Calm is like a meditation app. I turn that app on as soon as I wake up. As soon as I get my phone, I turn that app on, C-A-L-M. You can get it on the App Store. It's completely free. It does have a paid features. I don't use any of the paid features. So Calm app basically it puts on like this ambient sound, and it plays for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, however you want it to play. What's up to everybody that's in Russia checking into the stream? I know I'm talking fast because y'all don't speak English. So if you step your English game up, then you'll be able to understand me. But I ain't slowing down. Y'all got to catch up. So here. The first thing I do is first 10 minutes I'm listening to that positive. I'm listening to the Calm app, but I'm actually consuming something positive. So I might be reading something. I might keep a folder. I don't have a vision board, but I might keep something in my phone. Maybe a link, maybe a folder, maybe a note where I'm reading something positive. So those could be a series of affirmations. Y'all know what affirmations are? Affirmations, for those of you who don't know, very simple. You can look this up online. Affirmations are things that you say that set your mind up for a positive expectation, which means you can say something like, I am now worth $100 million, even if you're not worth it. You say it in a positive, and you're stating it as if it's already occurred. And you say this to yourself over and over. You say good things about yourself, like, I am a leader. I'm a person that people want to follow. I'm a successful individual. I work as hard as I possibly can. Nobody outworks me. I play every game to win. So you say all these positive things, and you write these things down, ladies and gentlemen. Write these down, these positive affirmations, not the ones that I'm saying, but basically the ones that you want to be using. So you write down these positive affirmations every single day, base them on your life and base them on the type of person whom you want to be. And if you want some help and some guidance in writing your affirmations, the best resource for this, what's up, Bears Football 85? The best resource for this, y'all, is a book. It is called The Success Principles. It's by a guy named Jack Canfield. Jack Canfield, he's the one who wrote the Chicken Soup for the Soul books. Y'all heard of that series? I never wrote the Chicken Soup for the Soul series, but any of you who know Jack Canfield or heard of it, he's the one who wrote the book called The Success Principles. Read that book, and he talks about exactly how to set up your affirmations for the day. And he speaks about it a lot on YouTube too. So for those of you who don't like to read, you're too lazy to read, go watch the videos on YouTube where he's speaking. So what I do, I start my day with that. So it can be pictures, it can be words, it might be a clip out of a book, it might be a paragraph out of an article that I read that motivated me, it might be a video that I saved off the internet, anything that gets me going. It could be somebody outside of me, it could be something that I said, it might be something I say about myself or something that somebody else said about themselves, but it gets me into a positive frame of mind to set my day up. Y'all understand that? That's how I start my first 10 minutes of the day. Then I'm going to eat something light because I start my day with a workout. So when I eat light, and I kind of talked about this before, I eat light, I eat a couple bananas or an apple, and I drink about a liter of water. I drink this whole bottle of water, this size bottle, every single morning. So I drink that bottle, eat the banana or the fruit, the apple, whatever it is, one or two of those, and then I go work out. Workout could be basketball, it could be cardio, it could be lifting weights, it could be a combination of all three. Once I'm done that, when I'm driving, if I'm not doing Periscope, I'm listening to probably some music just to get me in an upbeat mood, whatever music that might happen to be that day. It might be hip hop. Usually it's hip hop, some different types of hip hop. When I'm driving, if it's light outside, now I've been doing Periscope. So if it's light outside in the morning, I'll do Periscopes in the morning. And then the next thing that I want to do, I'm eating. So when I'm home, I'm eating, I'm heating up whatever I'm going to eat for breakfast. And this is usually sometime between, this is the 6:30 to 8 o'clock range. As I'm doing that, that's when, this is important, ladies and gentlemen, that's when I'm first looking at social media. That's the first time that I'm looking at my Twitter feed. That's the first time I'm looking at Facebook. That's the first time I'm looking at sales from any of my websites from the previous day. That's the first time I'm looking at email. I'm not looking at any of that stuff when I wake up in the morning. I'm not looking at who called me. I'm not looking at texts. I'm not looking at email. I'm not looking at any type of accounting. I'm not looking at no social media until after I've already done that 10 minutes of positive setting for the day mentally, and I've done my workout. I'm not looking at any of that other stuff, because that stuff is always going to do is give you something to react to. I don't want anything I have to react to. I want to start my day that same way every single day. So then I'm eating, I'm checking my mail and doing all that stuff. And after all that's done, then it's probably close to, let's say that's sometime between 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock in the morning. At that point, this is the next thing that I want to do. I set my goals for the day. I try to figure out what are the things that I want to get done that day. I try to limit myself to no more than 5. Now I let's just say you're a type of person and you got like 20 things you need to get done. Usually all 20 of them are not urgent. They don't all need to get done that day. So I keep 2 different lists, and this is important too. I keep a list for that day. So today is Monday. I keep a list for Monday of no more than 5 things that I need to get done today on Monday. Now, if somebody throws me 10 other things that need to get done, they do need to get done, but not necessarily today, and you have to judge what's urgent and what's not, and understand most things are not urgent. I keep a different list, which is a list of things like these things need to get done, but not today. So whenever I have a free moment, I can look at that list of things that keeps adding up and say, all right, let me knock out this, this, and this today. I'll do that today. The rest of this stuff, maybe I'll get to it tomorrow. I'll eventually get to it. So y'all understand that? So don't give yourself more than 5 things. Ideally, actually, you can make it 3 things if you want. 3 to 5 things at the most that absolutely must get done that day. So it might be a phone call you need to make. Maybe it's an email that you need to reply to. Maybe it's an article you need to read or write. Maybe you need to finish a chapter in a book. Maybe it's some meeting that you got to go to. Something that you absolutely have to get done that day. Maybe you got to go to Target and get some things for the house. Maybe you got to go grocery shopping. Whatever it is, 3 to 5 things total. And as you knock those things off your list, it gives you a sense of accomplishment because you're knocking off the things that you want to get done. The last thing you want to do is create a list with like 30 things, and then you only get 10 of them done, and your mind subconsciously you're like, damn, I only did 10 out of 30 things. And that kind of weighs on your mind. It adds weight to your mind because you're thinking subconsciously about all these things on that list. So make sure you create an urgent today list, and then you create a when I get around to it list. Y'all understand that? So the when I get around to it list is not urgent. The today list is right now. And by that time it's 8 o'clock. And at that point, I will sometimes take a nap, or sometimes I just get to work on the things that I'm going to do. I write blog posts. I write a blog post every morning. I've usually done a video by that point every morning, whether it be Periscope or YouTube or both. I do Facebook. What's going on, Pro R? He said he feels smarter listening to me. Well, I'm glad. I'm empowering you. That's what I'm doing. Making you smarter is empowerment. What's up, Knan Su Thoth? So I'm either reading something, I might be posting a blog post online, like on LinkedIn or my website, DreAllDay.com. I do videos, I do live streaming on Facebook. Yes, this video will be on YouTube, definitely. And that's what I do. That's how I start my day every day. I might make a couple phone calls. I'll see if somebody called me or somebody text me if it's something I actually need to respond to, which most texts are absolutely not things that must be responded to. We treat them like that, but they're actually not urgent at all. It's just people saying stuff. So that's how I start my day. Pretty much by 8 o'clock, those are the things that I absolutely want to do every single day. Is DreAllDay.com my number one source of income? It depends. You working for the IRS? Why are you asking me that question? So that's how I start my day. So if anybody got a question about how days get started, how do you watch Periscopes you miss? If they're outside of the last 24 hours, you can't watch them. You'll never be able to see them. If you miss it, you just missed it. Now, I might eventually put something out later where you can see all the old ones, but right now, as of right now, they're not available after 24 hours. You missed it and it's over. All right, if you don't work for the IRS, then you don't need to answer to that question, Chris. Sorry. So anybody got a question about the 8 a.m. list, about how their day starts, about kind of managing that time, setting their day up the right way? And one thing that I heard from Tony Robbins, he said, everybody who's successful at anything has a routine for the thing they're successful at. So anything that you're successful at in life, all of you think of this for yourselves. Anything that you're pretty good at, that you do pretty well at, you usually have a routine for it. You got a routine for how you get that done. If you're good at being in shape, you got a routine for staying in shape. If you're good at taking care of your kids, you got a routine for how you take care of your kids. If you're good in your intimate relationship, you got a routine for that relationship, or at least certain things you do all the time. Is this every day or just Monday through Friday? This can be every day. It can be Monday through Friday. It can be both. Do I ever take days off to sleep in? Maybe on special occasions. If I'm out super late, then I might take the next day to sleep in. But it depends on what my schedule is for the next day. I might have commitments that I had to get to even if I went to sleep late. What time do I usually go to sleep? Sometime between 10 o'clock and 12 a.m. It's not really a set time, but between 10 p.m. and 12 a.m. Again, that also depends on what I'm doing. Like, for instance, last night I had a conference call at 10 o'clock at night, and the call didn't end until like 11:15. So I would have went to bed at 10 o'clock, but I had to be on the call. So what's my personal definition of greatness? I never really thought about that. I had to look it up in the dictionary. But I don't have a personal definition of greatness. You tell me yours since you're asking the question. Yo, do the right thing just came into the room. What's up? We're talking about the 8 a.m. list, the things that I like to get done by 8 a.m. every single morning. This could be Monday through Friday. This could be Saturday and Sunday. It could be all 7 days of the week. Whatever your schedule happens to be. Understand the 8 a.m. list doesn't have to be actually 8 o'clock on the dot. Do y'all understand that? It can be the first 4 hours after you wake up. So let's say you wake up at 10 o'clock every day because you work late. Maybe you work at a job you don't get off till 2 in the morning. If you get up at 10 o'clock, then this can just be your first 3 or 4 hours awake every day. So understand it doesn't mean it has to be exactly 8 o'clock. So if you woke up at 7:30, you can't do all that stuff in a half hour. You understand that? All right, do the right thing. Say, hey, at work, you need to hear that. How do you have energy to go through your day? You condition yourself for it. You condition yourself to be able, anything that you have a routine for, like I said, if you got a routine for going to sleep and waking up at the same time every day, your body will get used to it. What's up, Francesca? Tom said he wants to get rid of his routine of gaming and distractions. Yeah, video games would be a good thing to get rid of. Raider Nation said he got to keep pumping these hearts. Well, Raider Nation, you know that they go after every 500. I think Raider Nation, he probably has given me more hearts than anybody in the history of Periscope. You might be the most heart-giving individual on Periscope. I don't know if they got a stat for that, but if there was, you'd probably be at the top. You'd definitely be in the top 10. So shout out to Raider Nation Raw, who's been making sure he gives me 500 hearts, and he knows about the 500 limit, so he leaves and comes back. So I appreciate you for doing that, Raider Nation Raw. So unless anybody else has a question about how the day starts, yeah, he's the MVP. You the real MVP, Raider Nation Raw. Yeah, work on your finger game. I like that. That's a good one. So look, we're going to wrap this one up right here. Unless anybody else has a question about productivity, how I start my day, about having routines to start the day. This is just a day starting productivity tip that I'm sharing with y'all here on Periscope. I might do another one. I might not. I'm working on my speech. Actually, I was just working on my speech for TED before I did this. I recorded it and I killed it. I'm ready. This is going to be fun this Thursday. And again, y'all hear about that later on. But we wrapping this one up. I might be back. I might not. Just turn on. No, you can't hear this, Coach Kev. Can't do that. This is top secret. Cannot put any of that out. The funny thing is you're going to find out that many of the things that I'm going to talk about in this speech I've talked about before, but in different parts of videos, bits and pieces over the last 10 years. All right, what time is it out here? What time is it? 5 o'clock. 5:05. Do I ever get burnt out from all the work? No. I love doing all the work. Because guess what? Every day you go to sleep, you wake up again, so you got brand new energy. So if I get burnt out at the end of the day, then I got a new day the next day. He's asking, am I going to post the TED on yet later? What? How much water do I drink every day? I don't count, but probably, let's say this is right here. This is 33 ounces. This is 1 liter. I probably, I'd say between 5 and 10, depending on what I'm doing. How much food do I eat? I don't understand the question. How do you define success? That you have goals and you're going after them. Simple as that. That's how I define success. Do I ever tell myself just 5 more minutes sleep-wise? No, never. That's something that I never do. But that's just part of being disciplined. It's just part of my conditioning. I never give myself 5 more minutes of sleep. Never, ever. Once I'm awake, I'm awake. Once I wake up, I'm just up. I couldn't go back to sleep anyway, even if I wanted to. Because I just don't. It's just who I am. It doesn't make me better or worse than anybody else. It's just me. Deep15 says, what was that book called again? The Success Principles by Jack Canfield. The Success Principles, Jack Canfield. Alarm or naturally? Both. We talked about this before. If you set an alarm for the same time every single day, then one day you forget the alarm, you'll wake up at that same time, even without the alarm, because your body's used to getting up. All of you have had that happen, right? You forgot to set your alarm, but you woke up at the right time anyway. What makes you get up in the morning? Yeah, see, everybody knows. What makes you get up in the morning knowing that you got goals to go after. Yeah, see, everybody knows exactly what I'm talking about. Do I prefer weightlifting or calisthenics? Both. What kind of questions are these y'all asking? As long as they short, I'll answer them. Y'all been listening to this Diddy album, MMM? I'm a huge fan of Diddy, for those of you who don't know. Diddy's like my favorite, one of my favorite entrepreneurs. So I was looking forward to him putting this out. Do I have a plan of what workouts you're going to do, or do I just go to the gym? No, I always have a plan. Always. I never walk into a gym not knowing what I'm going to do. Like in the morning when I'm getting dressed and I'm putting on clothes to go work out, I already know what my workout's going to be before I even start. Where do I want to be business-wise in 5 years? Where I'm going to be in 5 years, I'm going to have so many people wanting to book me that I can't even do all of them. Am I going to do the TED Talk on YouTube? Is that what they asked? It's going to be on Ted's YouTube channel because they keep it in one place so everybody can see the same thing. He said Diddy sounds bored when he's rapping. Okay. Bears Football says, my favorite rap album of all time, Get Rich or Die Trying by 50 Cent. My last song Kev listened to was Mo Money, Mo Problems. Yeah, I like that song too. Notorious B.I.G. Ted thing, they might live stream it. If they do, of course you'll know about it. So people always ask me, am I going to have video or stuff, as if I haven't put out more video than anybody in the world in the last 10 years. Last time I went to that cheese truck, I ain't seen it in a minute. What if you set a goal and don't accomplish it? That's okay. Set a new goal. What are my short-term business goals? To keep minding my business. That's the number one short-term business goal. To keep as many people out of my business as possible. Have I ever listened to the new Jobbies or Ninth Wonder? Ninth Wonder, yeah, he did Threat on Jay-Z's The Black Album. What else Ninth Wonder do? I don't remember. The other people, I don't know if I don't know them by name, but maybe if you name the song that they did, I might know it. But I actually don't even listen to as much rap music as I used to because I'm listening to a lot of personal development now and I listen to podcasts a lot. So I miss a lot of the new music that's coming out. I don't even know about it that well. Public Enemy, yes. My dad used to listen to that all the time when I was growing up. Naughty by Nature, also. The Pro Art, I think my college was foolish for not booking me. Well, that's all right. The college isn't over. I'm not over either. So they might change their mind in the future. And the people who are running it now might not be running it 5 years from now. And they might just change their minds. See, if I get famous enough, it won't matter. They ain't going to have no choice but to book me. So it don't matter. Is Drake a part of my playlist? Sometimes. I might have a Drake song in there sometimes. I might take it out if I get tired of hearing that one song. Maybe I put a different song in later. Chris says, how do you stay away from going in debt in business? I don't know, read a book on economics and accounting and you'll have the answer to that question. Have you ever listened to rock music? No, I don't listen to rock music. Alternative rock, no. Yo said he's been watching my vids since 2009. He always loved the weekly motivation. Well, thank you. The weekly motivation is interesting because I get a lot of people who don't even play basketball watching the weekly motivation videos and they don't even watch the drills. They just watch the weekly motivation. I don't have a favorite rock band. I don't listen to rock music. I listen to hip-hop most of the time, some R&B, and then everything else is personal development, podcasts. And the time that I would be listening to music, a lot of times now I do videos like Periscope and things like this. I'm going to publish so many videos, it's going to be ridiculous. People are going to be like, how did this dude make that many videos? It's going to be like Tupac. My favorite post move scene for me is Kevin Love, baseline spin, and Chris Bosh. So that's what's up. CJ08 left and came back in. That's what's up. Do I listen to jazz? Not really. I just told you what I listen to. Hip-hop. I listen to mostly hip-hop, 95% hip-hop, 5% R&B, but I don't even listen to music that much because I'm listening to personal development and podcasts. Lamecca says, do I ever get overwhelmed with business ventures even when succeeding? Not overwhelmed, but there's always a lot to do. There's never a point where there's nothing to do, but that's a good problem. One thing Grant Cardone said in the 10X rule is once you start taking more activity, you're going to have new problems. You'll never not have problems. Does everybody understand that there will never be a point you don't have problems? Will I make another rec league mix? Probably not, because I don't play in rec leagues like that anymore. Do I listen to old school hip hop? I listen to all kinds of hip hop, new, old, all of it. But there will never be a point where you don't have problems with your business. There will always be problems in business, because all business is interacting with people. And if the more people you deal with, the more problems you're going to have. All right, there will always be. Chris, how do you deal with conflicting information in the books you read? Simple. Just don't take everything literally. Just because somebody wrote in the book doesn't mean you have to live it by the letter. You apply it to how it applies to you and your situation. Not just because it says in the book, you got to do it exactly like it said in the book. You apply it to how it works for your situation. How you deal with family members who don't agree with your dreams? I don't have to deal with them. I'm still going to do what I want, whether somebody agrees or not. Yeah, more money, more problems. Exactly. Like Coach Kev said, the more money you make, which means you're dealing with more people, the more problems you're going to have. So there will never not be problems. The more you do business-wise, the more people are going to be around, the more money you're making, and guess what? The more problems you're going to have. So I like problems. I'm seeking problems because the more business I do, the more problems I'm going to have to deal with. Jomo says, favorite video is the one I made talking about Gilbert Arenas about confidence. Yeah, I remember that. That was a good video. Tom said voter died with Diddy. I remember he did that a while back. I think that was the election before Obama. How do you find the right employees to connect properly with your vision or legacy? Well, I was talking to one of my men, so I went to college with. He has his own training facility up in Jacksonville, and he was like, he already knows is hire, slow, fire fast. Yeah, so hire slowly, fire quickly. I appreciate that, Raider Nation Raw. I see you. I see that color in there. So you pick the people that you're going to have working with you. You make sure you examine them, take your time picking that person. But as soon as they show they're not the right type of person, get rid of them immediately. Have I heard the Drake and Future mixtape? I listened to it like 1.5 times. I'm not a huge Future fan. I like Drake. I'm not a huge Future fan, but it's probably because I haven't listened to him enough to really become a fan. Oh, Biggie with Victory, I like that. So college ball is tipping off soon. I don't even watch college basketball. LNI Dre. So who I think is the best player of all time in basketball? I had to go with Michael Jordan. But as we was talking about here, we was talking about the 8 a.m. list, but I'm open to taking questions from people who got questions. So I'm happy to answer. Now, if I'm answering your questions, y'all could at least tap the screen and give me some hearts. I only see 2 hearts. The hearts is over here, right? So I only see pink. I see green. All right, now I'm seeing red. I see blue. I see purple now. Okay, I appreciate that. I saw somebody in yellow give me like 1 heart. Do I watch football? No, I do not watch football. Only thing I know about, I see the highlights. Like I'll go to ESPN.com and I'll see who won and who lost. State of Nate said he's trying to tap, but it won't let him. What kind of phone you got, Nate? Do I eat quinoa? No, I'm not a fan of quinoa. I have, but I'm not a fan. How do I feel about LeBron this year? I don't feel any way about LeBron. I don't feel any way about KD either. I think they're great basketball players, if that's what you're asking. I don't have any opinion on them. As personally, outside of that, I don't have any. I haven't even watched many games this year. Nate has an iPhone 6. I don't know, man. You might need to clean off the screen, man. You might need to clean off the screen. Can I take LeBron? Set the game up. We'll see. People always asking me these random basketball questions. Like, I have no opinion on any other basketball player or any other basketball game. I don't even be watching. I don't even watch TV, honestly. If I'm not writing, I'm making videos or reading. That's it. You saw me on Twitter supporting the new CP3. Yeah, the new CP3. If you was watching me last Thursday, I had some friends of mine, sent me the new CP3 9s, Strike Force. What NBA player that I studied the most growing up? No particular people. I like the New York Knicks. I used to like Reggie Miller. I like Jordan. But somebody asked me if I got cable. I mean, you going to pay the bill? I mean, if you're going to pay the bill, then I'll answer that question. But if you ain't paying the bill, then it don't even matter, does it? Am I going to do a review? Not a review, because I haven't actually even played them yet. I probably won't even play in them, Coach Kev. I'll probably just wear them like off the court, so I can't even review them. If you want sneaker reviews, I'm not the guy. You want to go to, what's my dude's name? Nightwing2303, he's good with reviews. Kick Genius, they're good with reviews. I don't know who else. There's so many people doing it now. I don't even know. Y'all know better than me. I don't even watch other people on YouTube. If I'm watching a YouTube video, I'm watching somebody speak. I'm watching like some personal development expert, people like that. So I don't know who's the guy, but I know Nightwing. He's a good dude. I was just talking to Nightwing like 2 days ago by text. The guys at Kick Genius, good guys. Kicks on Fire, I don't know them, but I've heard that name. Yeah. So yeah, go to those guys. They're the experts at that. I'm not an expert at reviewing a pair of sneakers. All right, can I take any more questions before we wrap this one up here? This is Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. Yes, I'm really about my business. It's the only thing I'm concerned with is my business. I'm not concerned with what nobody else is doing. Last movie that I saw, actually, I couldn't even tell you. I have no idea. I think maybe that Kevin Hart movie, but he did a couple of them, so I don't remember which one it was. The one where they went to Vegas and Kevin Hart ain't have no money or something. I don't even remember the name of it. Can I let you get to 5,000 hearts? Yes, definitely. Do I get overwhelmed with all the information I read? Not at all. I love getting more information. Any suggestions about stock markets? No, it's not my area of expertise. Did I see Straight Outta Compton? I did not. I wanted to, but I never got around to it. So maybe I'll see it when it come out on Netflix or something. I have no thoughts on the stock market. Zero. Kevin Hart or Dave Chappelle? I don't know. Both. They both good at what they do. That's not really something I'm concerned with debating. All right, Raider Nation Raw got me 5,000 hearts. I appreciate that. So that means I'm over 450,000 now, if he's actually correct about that. Will I play overseas again? only if I get a Godfather offer. You know what a Godfather offer is? That's an offer he can't refuse. So if I get a Godfather offer, yes. But unless I get a Godfather offer, no. I talk a lot about overseas basketball. A lot of people don't understand a lot about basketball overseas. But if you want to see me talk about that in detail, go to my YouTube channel and type in the word overseas in the search box on my channel and watch that video I made where I was talking about playing overseas. It's about 40 minutes long, where I kind of break down for people to understand what goes on overseas basketball. It's not all just about playing basketball. Because if it was, then a lot of things would be different for a lot of different people. So I got 465. That's what's up. Tom said I could be a teacher to younger players like Kevin Garnett. What you mean, like a player on the team or like a trainer? I guess either way. But I appreciate that. I take that as a compliment. Lorenzo said he read some of my books. They were really good. Which books did you read, Lorenzo? Which books in particular? UK Provost, what's up? Yes, I'm definitely a teacher. I'm teaching on here every single day. My mom's a teacher. My sister's a teacher. This girl I used to date is a teacher. My best female friend is a teacher. There's a lot of teachers in my family, in my circle. He read the Super You and the Mental Handbook. All right, that's what's up. Thank you, Lorenzo. Lorenzo, could you leave me a review on Amazon.com? That would be great. If you can leave me a review on Amazon, that's your way of letting other people know that this is a good book. Rebecca asked me, do I ever feel like personal aspects suffer when I'm so focused on building my empire/business? No, because the people who deal with me know that they know what matters. The intimate relationships matters. Raider Nation Raw said he gonna give me the 6K. All right, that's what's up. I appreciate it. People who are around me, people who know me, know what my number one focus is business, always. What does it mean when I say as seen on NBA, CBS, Dime? That means my name, my likeness, or something that I did has been on those websites before. That's what that means. She's asking about my banner on YouTube.com. I've been on all three of those sites at different times for different reasons. What's the first thing I do after experiencing failure? I don't know. It depends on what I failed at. If I failed at something, then I probably have already set another goal and start working towards that. So I don't have to think about what's the first thing to do. I just keep going. So it's really not a first thing. It's never a first thing. It's always keep going, because only time there's a first thing is when you stop doing something before. Said regroup and F people up, huh? Oh, that's what's up. Lorenzo said he reads 2 books a week now. That's what's up, Lorenzo. That means you're like 1,000 times ahead of the average person, because most people don't read nothing. Would I ever do motion capture for NBA 2K? Yeah, matter of fact, this guy who works for 2K asked me a couple years ago, would I be interested? He wasn't offering me the job, but he was asking me if I was interested. I said, yeah, but we didn't get around to doing it. Why was I in a Heat jersey in the intro to my YouTube videos? As I was. That's a top secret reason why that I can't reveal just yet. Maybe, actually, I'll tell y'all when I write my book, my final basketball book, or my magnum opus basketball book, you'll see it. Is my vertical still 40 inches? I don't know. I haven't measured. The time that it was the first time I ever measured, and I haven't measured since. So I guess we'll never know. Do I see failure as a different form of success? Yeah, you can look at it that way. I mean, you can label it whatever you want. None of that stuff really. The only reason I even use those phrases is just to give people some context so they understand what I'm saying. But all of that, failure, success, what's the first thing you do after you fail? What do you consider failure? None of it really matters. Just keep doing your thing. Whatever it is you're doing, just keep going. If you find that you need to change your strategy, change your strategy. If your goals change your goals, but just keep going. Like what you want to title it, what other people say about it, none of that stuff actually matters. Focus on what really matters, which is you getting to your vision of success, whatever you call success. What basketball skill do I think is most important to have? All of them. There's no one skill that's more important than the rest. All of them. So if you want to be a player, you need all the skills. Not one skill, not 5, not 10. All of them. So however many skills you can identify, you go get them. So if you got 8 skills and then you find out about one that you didn't know about the day before, now you got another skill you need to go get. Go get all of them. There is no limit. As long as there are skills to have and you find out, go get them. You see somebody better than you doing something you can't do, you better add that to your game too. Raider Nation Raw up to 6K hearts. Raider Nation Raw is killing it right now. What made me move from Philly to Florida? The fact that this shirt that I got on right now, I could walk outside right now and wear this and I'm good because it's 80 degrees. That's what made me move from Philly to Florida. Have I ever experienced racism in Europe? Maybe, but they were speaking different language, so I couldn't understand what they were saying anyway. So if it was racism, I didn't know about it. Raider Nation Raw is killing it. Kevin J. Brown said, how do you title like events How do you title events like success and failure that holds most people back? But we're not talking about most people, Kevin. You're talking about yourself individually. Raider Nation says he's getting carpal tunnel. You need to get like some type of machine or something that will tap the screen for you. Sixers are 0-6. I didn't know that. Yeah, they're gonna be pretty bad. They got a lot of young players. But as far as what Kevin J. Brown was saying, it doesn't matter what's holding most people back. What matters is what works for you. So you don't have to title anything. I don't title things anything. I just keep doing what I'm doing. I don't really care how anybody else will title it or what anybody else thinks about it because they don't have to live with it. Only I do. So I don't really care about titles. What happened to the guy who told me to buy a game? Nothing happened to him. He still lives in Philly. That's my dude, Brandon Abney. Matter of fact, when I was in Philly, I didn't see him because he had to work. The Pelicans are 0-6. Yeah, that's crazy. I saw that they was 0-6. I think I read Mark Stein or somebody on Twitter mentioned that they was 0-6. Somebody had said something to me about racism in the United States. Yeah, I'm sure it's around. I don't let that stuff affect me, though. I don't think about that. I don't be thinking about things that I don't want. Y'all listen to this guy named Earl Nightingale. Earl Nightingale is a guy. Has an NBA player ever told me to look at my content? Yes, several of them. Don't ask me names because I'm not going to tell you. This guy named Earl Nightingale, he writes about you become what you think about. That's one of the main things he talks about all the time. So if you look up any of his audio tapes or read his books, ideally read his books. I haven't even read Earl's books. I'm going to look it up now. All right, Lamecca has heard of Earl Nightingale. Earl, I'm a huge fan of Earl. I listen to his audio tapes all the time. But one of the things he always talks about is you become what you think about. Somebody asked me something about my two friends. I didn't see what the comment was. Be that comment again. But you become what you think about. So if you're thinking about negativity, you're thinking about racism, you're thinking about what somebody else said, you're thinking about failure, you're going to start drawing that stuff to you. So don't think about what you don't want. What the hell is the... I'm in my iBooks right now. I'm just trying to search. 7K, Raider Nation Raw is killing it. He's killing it. All right, so let me find Earl Nightingale because I need to read some of his books. All right, here we go. All right, he got a book. The Strangest Secret is a book. I'm definitely going to read The Strangest Secret. Earl Boykins or Muggsy Bogues? Neither one. I don't even care. Ask me a better question. And you got Essence of Success. The two friends that went to my first camp ended up signing contracts. Yes. Yeah, one of them did. The other one didn't.
Hey, witness on the beat.
Lead the Field. All right, Earl got a couple books. I'm going to read both of these. He got one called The Strangest Secret. Usually what I do with iBooks is I got 2K hearts. I appreciate that for the 2K. So what I do with iBooks is I'll save a sample of every book that I want to read. And when I get around ready to reading it, then I'll just buy it. You will love The Strangest Secret, Lamecca said. Yeah, I listened to the audio plenty of times, Lamecca. I've heard the audio several times, but I never actually read an Earl Nightingale book. But I listen to his audios all the time on Spotify. So I'm a huge fan of Earl Nightingale. You become what you think about. That's the thing he talks about all the time. So when you're thinking about negativity or what somebody else said or how this failed or what most people are doing, then you basically setting yourself up to not get what you want. Think about the things that you want. If you only thought about the things that you want all day, your whole life would change. If you only thought about the things that you want. Do I read the physical copies of books or on my phone? Mostly on my phone now. All right, Tom said he's on the second Law of Power. All right, that's what's up. That's a great book. My favorite book of all time. Which writer would I collab with if I could? Robert Greene. Robert Greene, Tim Ferriss, Tucker Max, Earl Nightingale if he was alive, Zig Ziglar if he was alive. Who's the other guy? Napoleon Hill if he was alive, Tony Robbins, Malcolm Gladwell, Bill Simmons, Grant Cardone, Tim Grover, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan wrote a couple books, 50 Cent. Every book that I like, I will collab with that writer because I like books. I read people's books and I think I wish I had wrote what he wrote. Those are the best books. The ones I'm like, I wish I had said what that person said. How long does it take to write a book? Depends on how long the book is, Coach Kev. It's really the simple answer. Depends on how long the book is. Dre, why do you always wear the same outfit? Well, you can't see the whole outfit. You can only see the top and you can see my hat. But if you watch through my YouTube videos, you'll see that I got on different stuff. I got 4,000 videos. I guarantee I don't have the same thing on in all those videos. Guaranteed. If you watch at least 10 of them, you'll see a different outfit. All right, anybody else got a question? I'm about to eat something. And we wrapping this stream up. I appreciate everybody with the questions. I like the question and answer thing right there. As long as y'all can come, just think of good questions. You ask me good questions and we get going. How do you get to my recommended list? Just go to DreAllDay.com, guides and tips page. Raider Nation said he's almost at 8. He said here are successful people wear the same thing. I don't think so. Reading list, yes. DreAllDay.com, go to guides and tips page and you'll see it. Alright, we wrapping this one up, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you who've been tapping the hearts, the green, the orange, Raider Nation Raw. Who's that in the green who's been tapping the screen? I appreciate that. On my grind 313. How do you promote your business to friends without being intrusive? Just let them know you got it. That's it. Just let them know you got it. Worst book? I don't even know. I don't even think about it. Pedagogy of the Oppressed. I have not read that book. But those of you who tapping the screen right now, and everybody else who's been watching this, make sure y'all follow me because we do these Periscopes damn near every day. Usually every day, but I ain't going to say it's always every day. Now, Raider Nation Raw, I got to eat. But listen, you could just put 500 in next time. And you know you can always watch the replay and do the same thing. You know that, right? Have I updated my Now page? I have updated it as it needs to be updated. So as it needs to be updated, I update it. But if something didn't change from yesterday to today, then it's still going to be the same thing. What's my opinion on self-discipline? See my TED Talk on Thursday. I'm going to be talking about that. All right, so we wrapping it up, everybody. All right, thank you, Raider Nation Raw. I really appreciate your efforts. They have not gone unnoticed. Work on your game, everybody. DreAllDay.com. We out. Thanks for watching this video. I'm sure you were entertained. Make sure to stay connected with me on all your favorite social networks. Twitter and Periscope at DreAllDay. Instagram, Dre Baldwin. Facebook /WorkOnYourGame. You can bookmark my YouTube channel by subscribing, of course. And the website is WorkOnYourGame. That's .me. WorkOnYourGA.me. And of course, my homepage is my website, DreAllDay.com, so you can know exactly what I'm doing, exactly when I'm doing it, and how you might be able to be involved. Work on your game.